Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2022 AASHE Sustainability Awards program ceremony. We have a wonderful and informative show for you today. You get to learn who won AASHE's prestigious awards this year and about their great work. I'm your host, Deborah Rowe, and I have the pleasure of being your master of ceremonies today. Some of you know me, but for those of you who don't, I am the president of the U.S. Partnership for Education for Sustainable Development, advisor and program director for the Higher Education Association's Sustainability Consortium, otherwise known as HEASC. I'm also the founder and facilitator for the Disciplinary Associations Network for Sustainability, known as DANS, co-organizer and facilitator of the National Clean Energy Workforce Alliance, the coordinator of Education for Green Jobs initiatives, both nationally and internationally, and a longtime supporter and contributor to AASHE. In many ways, AASHE is my home. I'm honored to be with you all today and to announce live the 2022 AASHE Sustainability Award winners. So that we can get a sense of who is here and what regions and lands are represented, please tell us in the chat where you're tuning in from, Also, we'd love to know, were you an awards judge this year or in past years? Thank you for volunteering your time to the awards. So let's take a look at the chat and see where people are coming here from. I'm waiting. Okay, I see from Indiana, South Dakota, California, Seattle, Washington, Pembroke, North Carolina, Ohio, Quebec, Missouri, Delaware, Eugene, Oregon, lots of wonderful places, and also acknowledgement of Indigenous peoples. Great, Jacksonville, Florida, etc. So lots of great locations being represented here today, wherever you are. We're so glad that you are here. We have a fun giveaway happening today that will result in one of you receiving a complimentary workshop pass to any 3-hour workshop in 2023. You can see the amazing list of 2023 AASHE educational programs to the right of me in the chat. One lucky in the program. One lucky person here will get to go for free. Click on the link in the chat to enter now. The drawing will take place at the end of the ceremony, and you do not have to be present to win. Before we begin announcing the winners, I want to take a moment with you all to acknowledge the Indigenous peoples of all the lands that we are on today. I'm joining you from the ancestral and current lands of the Chippewa tribe. We are not yet done in healing and the reparations needed to address this history in our country. At this time, I invite you to take a few quiet moments to reflect upon your relationship to the land you reside on, the traditional stewards of that land, and consider what you can do to foster a healing relationship in the name of both moving forward. Thank you for your reflection on this and for the actions you take moving forward. You may not know, but to date, AASHE has given over 125 awards since 2006 to individuals and institutions doing this incredible and worthy work. We'd like to celebrate your accomplishments today too. Please go to the link in the chat and let us know what is something you accomplished this year that we can all celebrate today. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you put in here. Waiting for you to put it in. And here we go. Oh, great. Now I know there were more accomplishments. So please, let's add in some more. Surviving another year. Sustainability is now a university strategic priority. Wonderful. Opening an Office of Sustainability, excellent. A Futures of Work Symposium. Great, with the Just Futures Institute. Launching an Environmental Impact Scholarship. Ooh, look at this, a volunteer database to support sustainability opportunities across the campus. Got a job, won an award. Diverted lots of pounds of electronics from the local landfill. Moved to 10 acres of forest for an Afro-Indigenous land stewardship and education project. Wow. Created your first climate action and sustainability plan. Sitting on committees, launching bilingual websites. There is so much here to celebrate. And we are really pleased in any part that AASHE has played to empower you and support you in that great work. The 12 winners being announced today are actually the most diverse group ever in the history of AASHE's awards program, and they come from institutions and organizations representing Australia, Brazil, Canada, England, Fiji, Kenya, Switzerland, the US, and Wales. AASHE is proud to share this global recognition with so many countries around the world. And we would be remiss if we didn't take a moment on behalf of AASHE and all the award applicants to recognize the judges that volunteered their time to review 430 submissions in this year's program. That is no small feat. Please give them a hand. Judges, thank you for your time and experience. To meet the judges, click on the link in the chat. I really appreciate your work, and we all do. In case you recently joined us, you have a chance to enter a contest for a complimentary pass to one of AASHE's 2023 3-hour workshops, the first few of which are already posted on the AASHE website. Head on over to the chat, click on the contest link to enter to win. The drawing will take place at the end of the ceremony today. Good luck. And now, please get your virtual drum rolls ready because it is time to announce the first award. The first award recipient to celebrate today is the second winner of the Racial Equity and Sustainability Collaborations Award. This award honors higher education institutions for successfully integrating racial equity and social justice with sustainability by fostering collaborations that advance racial equity and social justice. And the recipient is the University of Oregon for its Pacific Northwest Just Futures Institute for Racial and Climate Justice. This institute is a seedbed for applied, publicly engaged research that addresses the intertwined issues of racial inequality and climate crisis in innovative ways. Joining us to accept this award are Dr. Ray Santos and Dr. John Arroyo.
Good day, everyone. Thank you so much, Deb, for the introduction. And I want to start by thanking the ancestors, Egun, that bring us here today. From Kalapuya Ilihi, we represent the core team of JFI, including Stephanie the manager, Marsha Weisinger, Laura Pulido, and Mark Carey, and the exceptional people in multiple work teams. We thank AASHE for this honor and are grateful to JFI leader Sarah Stockel, who nominated us. Mellon Foundation sustains our work. Faculty, staff, students, and community partners across 8 core themes at U of Oregon, Whitman College, U of Idaho, and Heritage University are JFI. Our team strengthens teaching and community initiatives essential for sustainable futures. For example, environmental justice fellows like Maya Revel learn how to document Black environmental leadership in the community for Beyond Toxics, a local organization, and a school district to build a K-12 environmental justice curriculum. Faculty also receive training and funding to develop their own projects with community partners, as well as courses in emerging areas, such as how global warming is melting glaciers, essential for the livelihood of Indigenous communities, and many others.
4 digital storytelling projects will be accessible to the public by spring 2024. To learn more about them, visit jfi.uoregon.edu and follow us on social media. Today, I highlight the Atlas of Essential Work, which reflects on how sustainable work conditions are necessary for dignified responses to climate change. The Healers Project at healers.uoregon.edu will soon feature more Indigenous and Black voices sharing how they heal land and communities. All these projects are possible through respectful relationships between people in a variety of fields, from literary studies to library science to administration and history. All of us willing to learn from mistakes and always asking ourselves, how can we be more inclusive, more accessible, more just as we imagine together climate and racially just futures for all? Thank you. And now, Deb, back to you.
Wonderful. Congratulations again to the University of Oregon. Moving on to the next category, which is the Campus Sustainability Achievement Award. This award honors higher education institutions for the successful implementation of projects that advance sustainability. And I know there's hundreds across the country that if we knew all the stories and had the time, we would award you all. But in this category, we have 3 winners selected by institution type. First, in the Associate Colleges group, please join me in welcoming and congratulating Western Dakota Technical College for their EcoWorks program. This is an electronics recycling community and college partnership. This collaboration reduces toxic waste while providing co-curricular learning and creating job opportunities for people with disabilities. Please welcome Tammy Hopp and Chandra Calvert. Congratulations on behalf of AASHE.
Thank you very much. Western Dakota Technical College has worked hard over the past several years to be a strong partner in our community, to provide services and opportunities to our students while also helping organizations that share our values move forward with their initiatives. EcoWorks is an excellent example of this.
As Deb indicated, EcoWorks is part of Black Hills Works, a nonprofit supporting over 600 people in Rapid City, South Dakota. And I'd like to underscore how instrumental Western Dakota Tech's partnership has been to the success of EcoWorks. Several years prior to January 2020, when EcoWorks was officially launched at Western Dakota Tech, there was an earlier version of EcoWorks. But transportation costs to move the electronic waste across state lines, the commodities market, and a host of other reasons made it financially not viable, while also keeping it affordable for consumers recycling their electronics. As a result, we had to shut down EcoWorks at that time. Chandra will get into how the current version of EcoWorks came to be, but suffice it to say that the partnership with Western Dakota Tech solved the transportation issue while also providing a truly integrated employment setting for people with disabilities. And the results have been significant, as I shared in the chat, and we're really just so proud of this. We have, just since January 2020, diverted nearly 300,000 pounds of electronics from our local landfill. That's 165 tons of materials that have not ended up in our landfill. Western Dakota Tech, in supporting EcoWorks and helping to foster partnerships with faculty and students, is in a very real way elevating sustainability in our community.
Just prior to our conversations beginning with EcoWorks, the college hired 2 dynamic instructors, Dr. Kelsey Murray and Brian Mitchell, who had a passion for sustainability. They teamed up on a number of initiatives to involve our students and our campus with community projects on sustainability, such as aquaponics, beekeeping, and joint Earth Day activities. We also hired a new truck driving instructor looking for real world opportunities for students. All of this came together at the perfect time to help EcoWorks get back up and running. With the support of our administration, we secured space on campus for EcoWorks, our students assist with data collection, and our truck driving program hauls the materials for recycling. A very large bonus is that the EcoWorks employees are part of our campus, and we love the energy and work ethic they bring. We're so proud to be a partner in reducing the amount of e-waste in our local landfill. Thank you, AASHE, for recognizing this amazing partnership, and thank you, EcoWorks. Back to you, Deb.
Isn't that just a win-win-win-win? And how about if we all work to replicate what they've done across the country? It sounds like such a beneficial partnership. Kudos for a project that has such a positive ripple effect out into the community. So I have a nephew, Alex Gorash, who's a videographer and director. He went to other countries where the electronics get dumped, and then poor people burn the electronics to get recyclable parts from them and make just very small amounts of money. But the other thing that happens is the toxic smoke makes the typical lifespan only 29 years. So I especially appreciate this collaboration and hope to see it replicated. The next winner of the Campus Sustainability Achievement category recognizes a 4-year institution with less than 10,000 full-time enrolled students. Put your hands together for Butler University. They were selected for their case study about leveraging institutional support for a 1-acre farm by development of farm-situated curricula in 11 different disciplines. Please welcome Julia Engstman to the stage.
Thank you. The Center for Urban Ecology and Sustainability at Butler University is honored to receive this AASHE Sustainability Award. Prior to the project, our campus farm had a potential to be a rich resource for learning, collaboration, and research. However, our campus community struggled to understand how food and farming connects with non-agricultural curriculum in a liberal arts setting. As a result, there was little financial support to maintain our farm operations. Our approach to solving this problem was to collaborate with education researchers at a local university of IUPUI, as well as faculty from Butler University from a variety of disciplines, to test, design, and implement farm-situated, place-based experiential learning curriculum that positions the campus farm as a hub for research and learning. When I started this project, my goal was to financially save the campus farm, and we were successful in that effort. Farm operations will be 100% university funded by 2023. But the outcomes of this initiative went far beyond what I imagined possible. To date, this project has resulted in 13 courses representing all 6 colleges at Butler and engaging nearly 1,000 students to date, an applied local food systems minor, and partnerships with 16 Indianapolis urban farms. The curriculum significantly increased student environmental science literacy, place attachment, civic mindedness, and sustainability meaning making. We also acquired over $900,000 from the National Science Foundation in support of this work, published 8 articles and book chapters, and presented at 19 national conferences. I credit these successes to my collaborators and to our students. Instead of 1 to 2 people working to save the campus farm, this project created opportunities for a growing number of people to help create a culture at Butler that values healthy, sustainably produced, and socially equitable food. There is still work to do, but this approach set the foundation for us to continue our work on campus, in our community, and beyond. I'm also excited that we are solidifying collaborations with 3 other universities to pilot this curriculum at their respective institutions. Thank you again, AASHE, for this recognition. And now back to you, Deb.
I love hearing about these awards. Once again, why don't we replicate that, not only across the country, but around the world? Thank you, Julia. It's especially great to hear about the integration with curricula. I can imagine the future where millions of students are learning a curriculum with sustainability at its core. Nice work. And now, moving to the final winner in the Campus Sustainability Achievement Award category. This award goes to a higher education institution with over 10,000 full-time enrolled students. And without further ado, put your hands together for California State University, campuses at Chico, Monterey Bay, San Marcos, Stanislaus, Cal Poly Humboldt, and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, as well as Strategic Energy Innovations. They were selected for their learning community, which resulted in over 75 classes being redesigned to include greater engagement of climate change and resilience. Accepting this award, and it makes me smile, is Mark Steeman and Kylie Singh. Welcome.
Thank you, Deb, for those kind words. In the spring of 2022, 62 faculty from 6 California State University campuses representing over 30 disciplines participated in the first multi-campus faculty learning community in Cal State history. During 7 90-minute sessions, participants covered the science behind climate change, the solutions available to counter it, the need to incorporate justice into the conversation, and the enormous anxiety this produces in our students. Faculty heard from over 20 speakers from inside and outside academia. And as Deb mentioned, by June, over 75 classes spanning all fields of study, from polymers to Play-Doh, had been redesigned to include greater engagement of climate change and resilience. In our second session, we asked faculty, what comes to mind when you think about climate change? Our results mirrored the nation. 44% listed outcomes, 18% said causes, and only 4% mentioned solutions. Students, we learned, desperately want solutions. A big takeaway for many was that climate anxiety in our students is justified and how we teach about climate change might be making it worse. We need to spend less time talking about the problem and more time talking about the solutions. And that is where Cyan Dandridge and the folks at SEI stepped in. They brought the solutions. For those contemplating something similar, a higher education partner like SEI, AASHE, or Second Nature can be a great facilitator and platform to bridge the world of research and teaching with industry and civil society. Our educational partners at SEI recruited speakers from Project Drawdown, All We Can Save, and the Solutions Journalism Network. I want to lift up the name of my co-designer, Elizabeth Bagley at Project Drawdown. Elizabeth helped change our narrative about climate change and resilience. As they say in Drawdown, every job is a climate job. And Elizabeth helped us see that every class could be a climate class as well. The real heroes of our story, however, are the campus sustainability officers. So I'd like to pass the mic to the amazing Kylie Singh at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. During my 7-year tenure and for years prior, CSU sustainability officers have been collaborating to provide collective programming for their individual campuses. Most recently, sustainability officers from across the 23 campus system joined forces to coordinate a series of events focused on themes of climate justice, environmental racism, and intersectional sustainability. Together, we hosted a multi-campus series, Climate Justice Equals Social Justice, conversations exploring the intersections of people, planet, and power. And then last spring, we hosted the CSU's headlining Earth Day event, Taking Action for People and the Planet. We were finalists last year for this award, so it's really nice to be in the winner's circle today. When the Chico team floated a multi-campus faculty learning community, a group of sustainability officers jumped at this opportunity. We found the funding to offer the FLC on each of our campuses and recruited faculty to join. I want to give a very special thanks to Mark Steeman at Chico for his tireless work in creating this amazing program and providing this opportunity to all of the other CSUs. Without Mark, this would have never happened. Corey Nielsen, who's here today, she was our Strategic Energy Innovations Fellow, and Natalie Penhalinan, the CSU Chico student intern, both of whom helped Mark with the day-to-day logistics of this workshop. I also want to make sure to send my special appreciation to Lacey Rack at Monterey Bay, Juliana Goodlaw Morris at San Marcos, Wendy Olmstead, formerly at Stanislaus State, Katie Koshelak and Morgan King at Cal Poly Humboldt, and Cherry Chastain formerly at Chico. Without these other campus partners, this program would not have been nearly as impactful. So thank you all for taking this wild ride with me and Mark and running with it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. And how important it is to scale up this type of work. Congratulations again. Now, the remaining winners are in the research categories. And then, of course, there's the Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. Before we get to them, we have a special category to announce, the only one that recognizes specifically students for their role and influence on campus, the Student Sustainability Leadership Award. Please put your hands together for Tom Benson, Chair of the Graduate Student Government Sustainability Committee at the University of Delaware. Tom worked with other students and stakeholders to publish a report that resulted in the progression of sustainability at the University of Delaware. Hi, Tom, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for this huge honor. The Environmental Sustainability Report was great in many ways, and I want to speak to both its impact and how other universities can try and replicate that impact as well, and colleges. So from my point of view, considering that many students are really part of any authoritative decision-making, and that higher education institutions, as I'm sure many of us here are aware, can be slow to change, I was motivated to create this environmental sustainability report for the University of Delaware in my capacity as chair of the Graduate Sustainability Committee. So like I did, I would like to call on other institutions and encourage you to bring together students from a diverse range of disciplines and to make the most of their knowledge to help inform the establishment of your sustainability reports, of your strategies and your projects. And one way to leverage their knowledge and their expertise as students is to task each of those students with producing small reports. Those can be on issues that they are particularly passionate about, and they can be reinforced with things like academic literature, if you're doing things like drawing on graduate students, to support the recommendations that are put forward. So in my case, we completed many of those small reports with a large group of students, and we managed to complete a larger report that included all of those in the space of 9 months. That report that I put together that we all contributed to was a catalyst for change, because it encouraged the production of an executive sustainability plan at the university level that was then adopted as the official university plan. And it also laid the foundation for what is now going to become an Office of Sustainability that will actually open up in January next year. So overall, I just want to encourage students to bring their heads and hearts together to create sustainability reports of projects, try and acquire the buy-in that you need from the relevant stakeholders. To the administrators and the faculty here, I implore you to invite undergraduate and graduate students to the decision-making table and to take advantage of their knowledge and enthusiasm to try and advance sustainable change. So thank you, and back to you, Deb.
Thank you. You know, when you think about it, our goal in part is to help students become systems thinkers and effective change agents. So they need to be able to practice that, right? I really appreciate your effort to institutionalize sustainability and mobilize the entire university. That's what we need right now. Let's scale it up. We're about halfway through revealing all 12 winners. So this is a good time to just take a break, stretch your arms overhead, or stand up just for a few moments, take a few intentional breaths, but don't go away, because you're now invited to help us create a congratulatory word cloud for the winners and all of our accomplishments. There's a meeting SIFT link in the chat. So now just please submit your congratulatory words, such as congratulations or kudos, bravos, muy bien, or nice job. And I'm going to take a look. Oh yeah, look at all these different languages. We say congratulations to you. I love it. Oh, now it's creating its own shape. Fantastic. Awesome. Inspiring. Yes. Amazing. Let's do it all over. Yes. Fantastic. That was fun. In case you didn't catch this at the top of the hour, AASHE is giving away one complimentary pass to a 2023 workshop of your choosing. Now, workshops begin as early as January 5th with a curriculum development workshop. Future events cover topics such as STARS, the SDGs, sustainability communications, just to name a few. It's a $95 value. So be sure to click the link in the chat to enter to win. Okay, back to the winners. For the next set of recipients, we'll focus on research that contributes to the advancement of higher education sustainability. This is a fast, advancing, and wide body of research. There were nearly 350 research papers entered this year into the program for awards. Take a peek at the breadth of research that AASHE's Campus Sustainability Hub contains by clicking the link in the chat. And now we'll preview 6 of those research articles by starting with a winner of the Campus Sustainability Research Award for undergraduate research. So please welcome to the stage Alejandra Marquez at University of California, Berkeley. Her honors thesis was selected. It is about implementing a carbon label on food in the dining hall. Welcome, Alejandra, and congratulations.
Thank you, Deb, and thank you everyone for being here. This research award is especially unique and special to me, not only because it took so much time and effort to accomplish, but because of the impact that it has had on the students at Berkeley and among the sustainability community. The goal of the project was to nudge student consumers towards sustainable food systems or food choices. And we saw that by adding carbon labels to dining halls, students took notice and started to have more conversations about food, viewing it perhaps for the first time as a choice that matters and something that has a deep impact on the world around us. This project was also unique because so many people and so many of the people involved were not researchers or academics. The entire team of Cal Dining participated, from the chefs and the staff, the cooks who helped put up the physical carbon labels on the menus, to the IT team who helped us fix a lot of technical issues with the online menu, to the sustainability coordinator at Cal Dining, Sam LeBeau, and the other sustainability student employees who continued the carbon labeling project after I graduated. So for all these people, I'm enormously grateful. And this project also made me realize the enormous power that research has in spreading ideas and creating positive change. I'm excited to see so many other universities implementing greenhouse gas emission labels in their own menus, and the enormous collaboration and sharing of insights that this has sparked. I'm also enthusiastic about the increased focus on food that I've been seeing in the sustainability field, and I really hope to continue seeing new conversations forming around the different ways that dining services at universities specifically can lead sustainable food initiatives. So thank you all again for your time and your presence today. Thank you to the AASHE staff, and back to you, Deb.
Well, thank you, Alejandra. Swaying consumers to more sustainable dietary choices is a very helpful step. Knowledge is power, after all. The next winning paper is in the Campus Sustainability Research category for graduate research. This winning research paper addresses emissions associated with the University of Michigan's purchases of goods and services. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Jacob Thomas Namovich. Hi, Jacob. Congratulations.
Hi, Deb. Thank you. We are honored to accept this award, and I'm here today on behalf of my research partner, Anna Ostrander, and our project managers, Gregory Keolian and Jeffrey Lewis at the University of Michigan's School for Environment and Sustainability, Center for Sustainable Systems. I'd also like to thank all the staff at the University of Michigan who contributed to our work. In short, this project represents the most detailed accounting estimates of Scope 3 purchased goods and services emissions for the University of Michigan to date. And it directly supports the institution's carbon neutrality goals and strategy. Our findings have opened new dialogues between the Office of Campus Sustainability and the University of Michigan Procurement Services Division that will yield systemic change to vendor relationships and expectations, data management structures, and purchasing decisions. The methods that we employ can be applied to any organizational context, and the accuracy of estimates improved upon with more granular procurement data structures. This couldn't be a more exciting time to pursue greenhouse gas footprinting for purchased goods and services emissions. Between private sector leadership, emerging legislation, and governmental assistance programs, environmental performance data will become ever more available in the coming years, making this footprinting process easier and more accurate. However, methods like those used for our project will play a key role in tracking these value chain emissions and designing interventions for reducing them when there are gaps in product or service-specific performance data. We're excited to see how our work will be replicated and built upon within the higher education community and beyond. We thank you for your recognition, AASHE, and thank you to everyone who attended today. Back to you, Deb.
Great, thank you so much. I really love how these papers bring more agency into decision-making for climate. Congratulations again, Jacob, and to your co-author, Anna. The next four winners span journal-published research related to academics, engagement, operations, and planning and administration. First up, the academics category. Please join me in congratulating Charlotte Nusi, Alexandre Apson-Fregiani, Rosiana Laghi, John Naima, let me say that again, John Naina Mazzuti, Jacqueline Nirere, for their paper entitled Building University Capabilities to Respond to Climate Change Through Participatory Action Research Towards a Comparative Analytical Framework. Welcome, Alex, to the stage.
Thank you, Deborah. It's fantastic to be here with you. Thank you so much for the award, and on behalf of the whole team, we'd like to thank you. Yeah, this paper is an output of a research project that is entitled Transforming Universities for a Changing Climate. This project is funded by the UK government, where I'm also based. I'm based at the International Institute for Environment and Development, where I work from in London. And the project is funded by the UK government, the fund that's called the Global Challenge Research Fund. And this project, Transform University for a Changing Climate, involves a partnership with universities in Brazil, in Kenya, in Fiji, and also in Mozambique. And then it involves now a wider set of universities that are participating in different ways. The focus of the project is about setting up participatory action research groups in those universities to advance climate action activities, but also with the intention to change the ways within which universities are responding to climate change, to set new precedents, to change the campus operation, to change the curriculum, to set up new institutions. And this particular paper have been written with colleagues in the Kenyatta University, the University of South Pacific, the University of Passo Fundo, and it was a truly collaborative and co-produced output that we are very proud of. And we are reflecting in this paper in ways through which those participatory action research activities is building the capabilities of university to respond to climate change. So again, thank you so much, and back to you, Deborah.
Thanks, Alex, and to your whole team. On to engagement-related research. This paper discusses the role of universities in facilitating academic advocacy and activism in the climate and ecological emergency. Please join me in congratulating Charlie Gardner, William Rollinson, Aaron Thierry, and Julia Steinberger. Accepting this award is Charlie Gardner at the University of Kent.
Thank you, Deb. On behalf of my co-authors, it's a real honor to win this award. The higher education sector rests largely on one simple assumption, that we can make the world a better place through research and education. But we now find ourselves in a planetary emergency driven by climate change and the wrecking of nature. And this headlong rush to destruction shows that assumption to be false. Despite decades of research and generations of educated students, knowledge alone has not been sufficient for our societies to change course. In an emergency, we must take emergency action. For academics, this means going further than writing another paper or grant proposal or lecture. It means working to ensure that our knowledge is no longer ignored by broader society and our leaders. We believe, as history suggests, that the most effective way to do that may be through civil disobedience and disruptive protest. And we're now seeing growing numbers of academics taking part in environmental protest movements despite a lack of support from their institutions. We suggest in our paper that if universities want to have the positive impact on society that they so often claim they want, they must support their staff in taking the action needed to ensure the science isn't ignored. Our paper offers guidance on how they may do that, and we hope that you will read it, act on it, and disseminate it widely, because we have an entire world to save. Thank you, AASHE, and thank you, Deb.
No, thank you. You know, if anybody who knows me knows I've been pushing for this for a long time. Really fantastic. And AASHE's been supportive of this. You'll soon hear from two more winners in the research category. But first, this is the last opportunity to enter the AASHE Workshop Pass giveaway, giving away one pass to any 3-hour workshop over the next 2022. And the fantastic lineup that's coming this year. So be sure to enter to win by clicking on the link in the chat. And actually, that's the 2023 workshops. So let's move on to our last two research award winners. The next winning paper is in the operations category. The recipients of the award are authors of the research entitled University Leadership in Climate Mitigation, Reducing Emissions from Waste Through Carbon Pricing by Suyan Lee and Shiyan Lee. Welcome, Shiyan, and congratulations from AASHE.
Thank you, AASHE and Deb. This study began with our everyday interest around disposing waste and recycling efforts at work, in our case, the university campuses. Thanks to AASHE's sustainability tracking and assessment and rating system, the STARS data collection, and the university's participation to engage in this effort. We were able to investigate the potential impact of carbon pricing on emission reduction in the higher education institutions. We're deeply honored and humbled to receive the Sustainability Award. Thank you. Back to you, Deb.
Thank you. So we've got 2 awards left, but we hope that the forward-thinking momentum will carry on. The last research winner is being recognized for research related to planning and administration in higher education. Their paper, Development of the University Food Environment Assessment, UniFood tool, and process to benchmark the healthiness, equity, and environmental sustainability of university food environments. Unfortunately, none of the authors could join us today due to the time difference, but we have a video.
Hello, my name is Davina Mann. I am a postdoctoral research fellow at the Institute for Health Transformation within the Global Centre for Preventative Health and Nutrition at Deakin University, Australia. I would first like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land from which I'm presenting from, the Wurundjeri people, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. On behalf of my research team, I would like to thank AASHE for recognising our contribution to research within sustainable university settings. And I would also like to thank our collaborators and participating universities who were instrumental in developing the tool as part of this research. The UniFood tool aims to benchmark and monitor the healthiness, equity, and environmental sustainability of universities. A large part of this work is holding to account the governing body responsible for these environments, advocating for change to improve or enhance food environments, and monitoring change over time. The development of the tool took many years and several contributions from a wide range of experts around Australia, enabling a comprehensive and in-depth understanding of the various characteristics of food environments within the university sector. With this tool, we've been working on understanding the current landscape of Australian university food environments and trialling the expansion of this tool in a small number of international universities. Through this work, we have strengthened the evidence base of best practice and facilitated engagement with staff from a wide range of university departments to consider their current university practice and explore feasible changes. The application of this tool to further Australian and international universities and repeat use over time will continue to expand our knowledge of best practice, monitor change over time, and hold universities to account to improve their food environments. It is our hope that the tool will help to contribute to change and ensure staff and students are citizens in healthy, equitable, and sustainable food environments.
Great. I'm so glad that we could visit with them, even if by the video. What an honor it's been to announce all winners so far. We've heard their dedication, their commitment. I feel uplifted and ignited. I hope you feel similarly inspired by what you've heard today. Now I have the distinct privilege of announcing and interviewing this year's recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award. This award honors outstanding leaders who have made significant contributions to the advancement of sustainability in higher education over their lifetimes. They represent the brightest and most influential minds in the field of campus sustainability. This year's recipient is often described as the father of environmental justice. He served as dean of the Barbara Jordan Mickey Leland School of Business Affairs at Texas Southern University from 2011 to 16. And before that, he was the founding director of the Environmental Justice Resource Center at Clark Atlanta University, co-founder of the HBCU Climate Change Consortium, and currently serving as Distinguished Professor of Urban Planning and Environmental Policy and Director of the Bullard Center for Environmental and Climate Justice at Texas Southern University. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Robert Bullard. Hi, Dr. Bullard. We're so glad you could join us today to accept this award.
I'm really glad that to accept the award on behalf of the work, and I'm really honored for this award.
You know, I remember the first time I heard you, and you're one of the first academics that I had heard who I could tell was also action oriented. You inspired me and empowered me to be able to be action oriented in my whole career. You've been doing environmental justice work for decades. What are you most excited about in your work currently?
Well, it's really pleasing to see over the last 4 decades environmental justice go from a footnote in 1979 to a headline today, and to see the concept integrated across disciplines, and to see intergenerational mobilization around the whole quest for environmental, economic, climate, and racial justice.
I agree. What are 1 to 2 ideas that are not yet in the mainstream that you think are crucial for people to understand?
I think the concept of the polluter pay principle, the principle of if you broke it, you must fix it, and those who are most responsible for our climate crisis must step up, and to see that we don't have 40 years to do this, to get this right. We have to proceed with the urgency of now. And I think getting that concept on the global stage and moving from the global to the local, getting that concept as a priority.
Great, thank you. So what opportunities for advancing justice do you see for higher education so it can be more responsive to the needs of underrepresented groups that continue to be systematically oppressed?
I think education has always been the key for understanding and using education and research and data as platforms for policy and for making transformative change. I'm a sociologist, but I tell people I do not do dead white man sociology. What I do is scientifically called kick-ass sociology. I think the universities have a tremendous role to play in impacting the way that society tackles these entrenched problems of inequality.
That's wonderful. And I'm working with a group of publishers to change what gets published in the journals so that we end up with more effective research that is useful to the practitioners who are working in communities all over the world, and to co-create that research instead of having it imposed on them. So this goes right along with what you said. Now, I have an important question, I think, for a lot of people in the audience. What do you suggest for change agents when they're feeling frustrated by the slowness with which solutions for an environmentally just future are being implemented?
I think it's important that everyone understands that if we talk about academia, universities are basically conservative. But I do think that we will never get everybody in the room and a consensus. What we need is a critical mass of people who see themselves as change agents and as influencers. And I think the idea of making community university partnerships and doing community science and basically application is right. You know, I've written 18 books over the last 40 years. It's 18 books, but it's just one book, but don't tell anybody. Integrating those concepts with this, dealing with housing, transportation, food and water security, energy, the issues of climate, the issues of disaster, food deserts, all these things are connected, health. And so that we have to make the information translatable, understandable, and mobilize for change, and not just wait for somebody else to decide that the change will happen. We have to make it happen.
I love that. I remember learning from some colleagues in Australia, stop being the sage on the stage and be the guide on the side, and help our students and our staff and our communities become change agents, and let them practice it and become resilient and learn from mistakes and continue to build a self-concept as a lifelong change agent for accelerated solutions for a sustainable future. And I think your whole series of books, but also all the work you've done, supports that. So is there any additional advice that you have for the change agents in the audience?
I think the advice that I would give is to see the quest for justice as a race, but it's no sprint. It's actually a race that doesn't exist on the field, track and field. It's a marathon relay. You run your 26.2 miles, and then you pass the baton to the next generation to run that 26.2, but you don't stand on the sideline after running that 26.2. You mentor, you cheer on, you advise. You don't stand in the way. You hope and you work hard to have that pass off to that handoff to that next generation. You hope for and work for a smooth transition, so that we don't drop the baton. If we drop the baton, we will set ourselves back. We have to work hard that everything works like clockwork, and it is possible to do that. And I'm really optimistic that we are doing it today, because young people today, I'm a boomer and proud of it, still standing, still fighting. But Zoomers and younger, they outnumber us. Millennials, we're talking about a new generation that's time has come to take charge, to take the stage, and to carry it across the finish line. That gives me hope, and it makes me optimistic.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for doing your work that we could award. Thank you for your thoughts and insights today. So big congratulations to all of our 2022 AASHE Sustainability Award winners. Lots of amazing research and action on college campuses is happening. It's all very good. My hope is that we will continue to find ways to scale and accelerate our pace of work, because as this year's AASHE conference examined, there is urgency now. So to conclude this wonderful celebration with you all, I get the pleasure of picking someone from the audience to win a free pass to a 2023 3-hour workshop hosted by AASHE. It's a $95 value. And as a reminder, the first few workshops are already posted on the AASHE website in case you want an advanced look at some of the amazing professional development opportunities for next year. So let's take a look at our screen. All the names that were submitted to the raffle are now included in a wheel of names. And so here we go. I'm going to spin the wheel to see who our lucky winner is. And the free pass goes to Roya Azizi. Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've just won a free workshop pass. Someone from AASHE will send you an email soon about how to redeem it. Congrats again. We want to thank all of you for joining us today. In fact, if you feel comfortable turning your camera on, we'd love to see you and say thank you for sharing this time and space with us. Oh, hi, there you are. Oh, so many friends and colleagues. Hi, everybody. Now I know who I've been talking to all this time. If you received a physical award, now is the time to show it off to the cameras. Please show everybody your award. Congrats again to each of you. I also want to give a special shout out to everyone that made this happen. Daita Sergey and John Chen, thank you both for producing amazing shows. You did an amazing job. Thanks also, a special thanks to Crystal Simmons for directing the show. And last but not least, all other AASHE staff, Julian and others who helped along the way. Although not everyone in attendance won an award today, you are all working on creating a more sustainable future, and we appreciate all of your efforts. We say thank you. And with that, we bid you and 2022 a fond farewell. Happy and safe holidays to everyone, and may you be motivated, curious, and healthy, and active on solutions in the new year. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.